I thought I'd give a little backstory on this video. I've been doing the fitness journey stuff for close to 10 years now. I started whenever I was about 25, and I'm going to be 35 in 2 months. I've had a number of people who ride BMX ask me what I've done, what I do. When I started to lose weight, I was 240 pounds. During this phase of my journey, or whatever you want to call it, I am bulking or building strength. So my weight is about 200 right now, 205. I've cut down to 170 pounds in the past and lost a lot of muscle mass, a lot of strength. I've made mistakes through trial and error, but I do kind of know what I'm doing, I guess, to have lost the better part of 40 pounds and kept it off for almost 10 years. I decided to make a video kind of going through a day of how I eat, meal prep, grocery shopping, and training. This is going to be a two-part series. The first part being a training day where I go to the gym and lift. And then the second part of this series is going to be a riding day, which is the following day that this video was shot. It'll go through like my nutrition, what I eat, because I eat a lot of carbohydrate, which I didn't do in the past, which I think was a mistake. A lot of people want to demonize carbohydrates, and they're not the enemy here. It's just a inactive lifestyle that's really the enemy. Overeating is also, a cause, which was my thing in the past. I was overeating, underactive, um, didn't have any concept of nutrition. Sure, I rode and was more active than the average person, but my eating habits were just poor. I would eat loaded cheese fries, probably like 2, 3 pounds of it at a time, like just get myself stupid full, just poor eating choices. Um, I'm not what you would call a hard gainer. I can, in the terms of gaining weight, I can put on weight relatively quick. Um, and I can cut it at a moderate pace as long as I'm kind of dialed in on my nutrition and training. Yeah, I'm just gonna give a voiceover of what I've filmed and edited. I figured I would introduce myself and show some progress pictures or something. That way, the random people that might stumble across this on YouTube can see that, yeah, I was overweight and I've lost weight and I've kept it off. I'm not shredded. My body fat percentage is probably closer to 20% than it is 10%. But I don't think that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't know what I'm talking about from an athletic standpoint. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not a power lifter. I kind of train to be stronger to ride BMX. I loosely followed Stan Efferding's vertical diet, which is pretty simple. It's basically steak and rice. I've substituted chicken for a few of the meals. Um, it's a high carbohydrate diet if you want it to be, which mine is. It's a high sodium diet, which there's a lot of scuttlebutt about that. Being an athlete, like I used to get terrible leg cramps during BMX sessions. like terrible. And I never understood why. I'd be drinking a gallon plus of water, but at the time I was taking in no sodium. I was low carbohydrate, which you're never going to retain water if you're on low carbohydrate. Let's get into the video, and hopefully I can explain kind of what I'm doing here. The first meal that I ate this day was chicken and rice with cheese, and I always have spinach with it. Any of my meals, I try to pair it with spinach just for the micronutrients, potassium, iron, I think zinc. I forget what all's in spinach. So I weigh it out. I did 158 grams of rice cooked with 28 grams, and if I'm over a little bit or under a little bit on either one of those, I just take it. And then 130 grams of the chicken, and that's meal one. It's pretty simple, kind of a typical bodybuilding diet, maybe minus the cheese, but I use the cheese for a fat. And then I add the seasonings that I want on it. It's pretty simple. I slow cooked it days prior. It's just ready to take out of the fridge, put in a container, and eat. Then I go and cook rice for the day, and I measured it out. I measured out like 300 and some odd grams to cook while I was gone. It's got a self timer on it, and that's what I do. My next meal is I'm prepping for my post-workout, which is a serving or 240 grams of almond milk, a scoop of Black Magic protein, which there's a discount code that you can use on any Black Magic product. I will list that in the description below. Then I measure out 50 grams of Rice Krispies. Once again, carb-based diet. I'm going to pair the quick-acting proteins with the quick-acting carbohydrates of rice for my post-workout. Next up, we went to Sam's Club. I buy everything in bulk. Chicken breast, cheese for fats, lean ground beef for the proteins and fats, eggs for the proteins and fats. So this isn't a normal pre-workout meal for me. This was just a cookie that we got at the coffee shop earlier. I have a muscle gun, which I use to loosen up, get blood flowing, which I will put the link in the description on where to buy that. We have my warm-up, which I did walking lunges to loosen up my hips, get some blood flowing, down and back. I do back extensions for 3 sets of 10. I'm warming up for deadlift, so I do those 2 movements because I think they're the most beneficial for me to get ready to pull. My warm-up set of 135 by 5. Second warm-up set of 225 by 5. I'm taking 2 to 3 minutes between these warm-up sets, and then I think on my top set was about a 3 to 4 minute rest. Third warm-up set, 315 by 3. Top set, 325 by 5. I probably had more in the tank, but I'm hoping this next session that I have to do 335 by 5. I'm going to try to do just one top set and call it. See seems like in the past I've kind of burnt myself out and I'm not able to recover to push more weight the next week. So then I did a back off set of 225 by 5 just to practice the over-under grip. I feel way more confident with a double overhand grip, but my grip strength isn't strong enough to pull 325 by 5 otherwise. So then we go into my accessory movement, which is leg press, and I did for 20 reps, and I tried to keep constant tension. Like, this footage is sped up, but I tried to do them as fast as I could just to get blood flow into my legs. You can see the weight I used, it's whatever, it's leg press. My second accessory movement is the supported rows. This is the first place I've ever seen this piece of equipment. I do a warm-up set of 95 by 12, and then my working sets are 195 by 5. I'm doing this to maximize power output. My next accessory movement is a reverse hyper. This is only the third time I've used this. It's supposed to strengthen your lower back, glutes, hips. I'm not doing much weight on it. I'm not 100% confident on how to do it. So now I have my post-workout. We're home now, and we're getting ready to marinate some chicken, and we kind of just marinate it our own way. We use the vinegar and olive oil. Vinegar kind of breaks down the chicken a little bit. Minced garlic, some paprika, salt, pepper. I think that's cilantro lime seasoning. Add some water into it. Let it set overnight in the fridge. Put it on the slow cooker the next day. So here we're just cooking some 90-10 ground beef. You know, cook it up, get it brown, strain out the grease and water. Put it in a container, refrigerate it, and you got protein for the rest of the week or however long. And the next meal that I had was beef and rice with spinach. And here we have my final meal of the day. These Idaho Spuds. They're dried potatoes. There's not much BS in them. I eat these for the potassium and minerals that are in the potatoes. They're just simple. You add some water, let them soften up, and then I put them in the air fryer. And they're just simple. They taste great. I did 150 grams of egg whites, 3 eggs for this final meal because I had to catch up on my protein. I don't normally do that much egg whites, but I had to catch up. You know, same with the fats. My fats were a little behind, so I did 60 grams of cheese. Put it all into a bowl, mix it up, add some Greek yogurt to it for the probiotics and calcium, extra protein, probiotics, and it's just probably one of my favorite meals right now. It doesn't look like it's good, but it's definitely good. So there it is. That's a day of eating. It wasn't as regimented as it normally would be. I was going to be riding the next day, so I was conserving in the gym. I was running errands, so I didn't eat as many meals as I normally would. But I got my calories in. I think I was about 3,000 calories for that day. I will put that information up at the end. Hopefully this helps some. With the speed of the way I edited this video, it was hard to do the voiceover. So I didn't really go into depth why I eat the things I eat. Um, Basically, I eat the rice for just a simple carbohydrate to replenish muscle glycogen and energy. Um, the potatoes is for the potassium that's in them mainly. Um, the beef is for all the micros that's in beef, along with the proteins and fats. I basically eat chicken just for the macro, just it's easy protein, lean protein. The cheese for calcium and fat, a little bit of protein, but mostly calcium and fat. Um, Same goes with the Greek yogurt. You get probiotics from it, which can help with the gut biome. But that's it. That's a day of eating for training. Pretty simple. Um, Hopefully, you guys got something out of that. As I'm talking here, I feel like you probably didn't, but who knows? I'm just a regular old guy eating food, lifting weights, riding bikes. Peace.